Happy Sunday. It is 6 o'clock on the dot, taking a live look outside at the Eisenhower Johnson tunnels in Loveland Ski area. Hope you are having a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. Good morning. I'm Lauren Scafidi. Let's send things on over to meteorologist Chris Spears, who is tracking a lot going on. Maybe not as much today, but tomorrow for sure.
We are setting up for a very busy start to the week, Lauren. It is going to be a pretty hectic weather day today. As you say, a little bit of a break in the action, and we'll take it. 28 degrees right now over at the airport. The wind is south at 10, so certainly a little bit of a chill in the air with that wind. Most of the state waking up to 20s and 30s this morning. We do have one pretty cold spot down in Alamosa, 13. It's 22 in Rangeley, 40, not too far away from there in Eagle this morning. So on the radar, it looks fairly quiet. We still have a little bit of lingering snow in the mountains from the second round that moved in yesterday, but that's going to come to an end. You get a brief break through the daylight hours today, and then this comes in tonight. It is the third wave of snow, and this one is going to not only bring snow to the mountains, but very high wind to Denver, the foothills, and the Front Range on tomorrow. Mild and dry today, 57. Some places could flirt with 60, and then later in the day you'll see the clouds increasing as that third round moves in. More snow on the way for the mountains, a high wind event for Denver, the foothills, and the plains, and that's going to mean fire danger too. We'll go through the details, Lauren, in the main forecast coming up.
Thank you, Chris. Denver is activating its cold weather shelter plan starting tomorrow as colder conditions make their way to the metro. That means from 1 Monday afternoon to 11 Wednesday morning, the city will provide extra space at the Stone Creek shelter. That's the former Best Western off Quebec, north of I-70. Shelter will also be provided at city facilities on West 7th and South Zuni. A few so-called front door shelters around the city have also expanded capacity. Of course, you can keep up with the changing conditions on the 9 News app. We'll bring you updates all weekend long on 9 News streaming and for free on our 9 News Plus app. This year in Denver, more properties than ever before were added to the city's list of neglected and derelict buildings. 160 properties were added in 2024, compared to just 34 properties in 2023 and 40 in 2022. The city says there aren't more neglected properties, they're just doing a better job of identifying them. But the city also says these buildings are a concern because they can lead to community and safety issues. Neighbors agree.
As the break-ins and the board-ups and the things like that got worse, it just attracted more and more people to come to it. So now it's occupied 50% of the time by people just squatting in there.
The city says the goal for next year is to hold more hearings on vacant properties. That allows them to increase penalties on these buildings if the owners don't show they're working to keep the properties in shape. Changes are coming to Quebec Street. A section of the road near Colfax will shut down over the next few months to make way for sidewalk construction. You'll see detours around the area. Starting Thursday, there will be more closures on Quebec. Quebec Street between Colfax and 17th Avenue will be closed until February 17th. The following day, Quebec Street between 17th and Montview Avenue will be closed until April 3rd. Construction will happen during the week and the road segments will reopen on the weekends. You won't be allowed through though unless you live in the area or you're a part of the crew working on the project. City officials say this is all part of their Quebec Street Mobility and Pedestrian Safety Improvement Project.
These segments were chosen, approved by voters, and this is a section of Quebec that's, it's an important stretch. It's a busy stretch, and it's a transit corridor. So we have people walking to bus stops there, and in some cases they're just walking in dirt. If it's rainy, if it's snowy, it's not a great environment for walking or to reach these bus stops.
The project will cost $3.8 million. That money will come from the Elevate Denver Bond and Rise Bond projects. Crews will be working on a few things, expanding narrow sidewalks, adding sidewalks to sections that need them, improving bus paths, and upgrading traffic signals at 17th and Quebec. The city says the project should be done by early spring. In South Korea, 179 people are dead after a plane caught fire when it crash-landed at an airport there. This video is just so sad. The plane was coming from Bangkok, Thailand. 175 passengers and 6 crew members were on board at the time. Emergency workers pulled 2 people out of the wreckage alive, both of them crew members. 2 people are still missing. Officials there say that the crash may have been caused by a landing gear malfunction. Video shows that the plane crashing into some sort of wall before bursting into flames. And in South Florida, a passenger train hit a fire truck, injuring 15 people, including 3 firefighters. The Delray Beach Fire Department says one of its fire trucks was crossing the tracks when it was hit by the train. Also, some wild video here. The 12 passengers and 3 firefighters were taken to the hospital. The NTSB is investigating the cause of the crash. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has opened an investigation into Tesla's full self-driving feature. It'll cover all 2.4 million Tesla cars using the software. On top of an accident that killed a pedestrian, the agency is looking into 3 other incidents. Investigators say in each of the accidents, the vehicle using the feature was on a road with limited visibility like sun glare or fog. We are just 4 days away from New Year's Eve. RTD is making sure everybody gets home safe. They're offering free rides on all RTD services. That starts at 7 p.m. on New Year's Eve and ends at 7 the next morning. Also, the D, H, and L light rail lines will not be going through downtown Denver during the 2 fireworks shows that night. They're scheduled at 9 p.m. and midnight, so just check your route before you go.